Hi, this is Pastor Ralph, and I want to share with you for a couple moments about how you are a part of a local church with a global outreach. We like to call it a global local church. I want you to understand how your role in our church is actually changing the world. Corey Grinder and I are just back from an exciting trip to Japan. What you see on the screen is a joyous worship service, which is typical of most of the new churches that we've planted in Japan. They're all modeled after our own congregation, with disciples becoming leaders and some eventually becoming pastors. At this point, my job in Japan actually leads more toward encouragement than it does toward teaching. On this trip, we spent 4 hours at a lunch with our Tokyo pastors, just blessing them and encouraging them, reinforcing the job that they're doing. I did a short seminar for them on church planting, and I spent 3 days in the mountains where it was freezing with a bunch of evangelical pastors who are quite a bit older than the pastors we're usually working with. The exciting thing is these guys were filled with the joy of the Lord, and they were hungry for information about how to raise up leaders through the local church, doing just what we do here in Hawaii. Along with that, I got to see the first copies of my book, Let Go of the Ring, which has just been published in Japanese. The pastors were real excited about that. Some open doors are going to come through that. And then later on, we traveled to the Kobe, Osaka area, where we had a 4-hour dinner with all of our pastors there. And alongside of that, I got to preach in 3 churches. All in all, it was a really good, fruitful, exciting trip. We're growing all over Japan. Our missions teams bear fruit there every year. Our missionaries continue to be very, very active, and they're asking for some of you to come and join them, get jobs teaching English, and join the missionary team doing what they're all doing. But the really exciting news is that the Japanese themselves are now planting churches. One church in Kobe is launching churches all over Japan using the internet to make contact with people. That's a very exciting thing. We have pastors that are planting churches in Malaysia, in Sri Lanka, in the Philippines, in Mongolia. Japan has finally gotten the notion that they can be a missionary sending church. We think that's a really, really exciting thing. But what I really want you to feel is that all of this has roots in our church. Our church is really the model for all the things that we're doing in Japan, for what we're teaching in Japan. And this means that every time that you go to mini church, or every one of you that steps into leadership in a mini church, has become a part of a team that is changing the world by changing this nation and changing others just like it. And I just want to encourage you, to bless you, but to challenge you, because I know that as some of you are hearing my voice right now, God is calling you to greater service. He's calling you to step out in leadership in our church. Some of you He's calling to step out in a way that would eventually result in you planting a church, maybe in Japan. Whatever it is that God's saying to you, I hope that you're willing to hear the call and heed the call and go wherever the Lord is taking you. God bless you. Thank you.